ready?
I haven't put the other pack on it.
Okay, hello. Holla, 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 people.
You ready for me?
Happy Friday evening. No, well, just a second. Emma and I are having a late night fire up here at the old country place, and I had bought her some of those packets that turn your fire color, and she is enjoying burning. I told her I wish we had some strawberries and marshmallow fluff. Have some strawberry camp like s'mores. They're so freaking good. Okay, Boo Bunny, if you're ready. My phone's about to die. It's dead. So, girl, you don't need. Whew.
Why not?
I hope it's not buffering. This is gonna be a little quickie.
See it?
Hey guys. Oh yeah, I can see it. Okay, let me see how to get my comments up here. Uh, chat. Okay. Hey, Freeside. How are you? My little Emma Bimma here. Big Bunny. She's spending the night, so we decided to have a little late night fire. I told her I wish we
Yeah.
had some marshmallows and marshmallow fluff and some strawberries. If you've never tried it, oh my gosh, you put the marshmallow fluff in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then you clean the strawberries and you put them on a skewer, dip it in the marshmallow fluff, and then hold it over the campfire, and then that marshmallow fluff kind of gets crunchy. Oh, it's so good. Hey, Polka Dot Suzanne, how are you guys? Oh, my battery. Hold on, let me go get my charger. Here, hold this, babe, real quick.
Hold this.
Girl, just I got to hurry for it. Don't the phone pass. Hold on. I don't know if this charger. Talk to him. Are you talking to him?
Have y'all ever had any strawberries
And marshmallow fluff.
and marshmallow fluff?
Okay, bring me the phone, babe. Is that yours or mine, baby? By the little fire pit. Okay, hopefully it's getting better. I'm up here in the boonies, girls. We, my husband and I ate a whole. Well, I guess I could say me more. He didn't eat as many as I did. We ate the whole
And me.
pack of, yeah, we ate the whole pack of strawberries. And let me just say, they were wonderful that night, but the next day, whew, tore my belly up. I was tore up. But I'm going to tell you, they were so good, I'd do it again. If there was a Walmart that's about an hour away, but I think Walmart's even closed already, but I'd go buy some. That's how bad I want them. So, I really don't know a whole lot about what's going on in the streets, except because I've been up here. But I hear old Bullhorn Betty's having a cow. Hey, Forgotten Whispers.
Huh?
Hey, Patty, how are you? Girl, that is not cold. Why didn't you drink the one I put on ice?
I didn't know you had one on ice.
Girl, you watch me do it. Go get it and give me some, please. Mark built another big old fire pile over there, a big square, but he's already in bed. He had to work this morning, that he got off and drove up here. And so we're going to cut wood tomorrow on the sawmill. We've got to cut some boards for our fence around our house in Pascagoula on the coast, our regular home. Hey, Lanky Tor, love you, sugar, love you. I ran out of vanilla Coke today, I got up this morning and I weed eated my mom's and my brother's and up here, and then I cut the grass, and I ran out of vanilla Coke, so I said, "Oh Lord!" I took a picture of. I had it's a Dr Pepper cream soda. I don't know. It was. I have to say, I'm not a Dr Pepper person, but I have to say the cream soda part of it was pretty darn good. But I took a picture of it and I sent it to my sisters, and I said, "This is what desperation looks like." So anyway, because I didn't have no, I ran out of Coke. I know they say I was watching this guy the other day, and he said that somebody had got a soft drink. I can't at Buffers had gotten a can soda somewhere, and they called the manufacturers and told them that it had a rat in it. Okay, and yes, last night I could hear the whippoorwills. Lanky Tor. They were. I love the way it takes me back to my childhood. But anyway, they said that they know that that's not true because if you drop a mouse in a Coke within, I think they said 24 hours or 36 hours, it would be the Coke would move my Coke, Emma. The Coke would like dissolve the rat or the mouse basically, and there would be no signs of it. That's how. So how? But I'm gonna just tell you. I know that's probably it might be some truth to it. I don't know, but I can't help it. I am hooked on vanilla Cokes. I just am. You guys, my phone's probably gonna die because it's yeah, Patty, isn't that gross? So I don't know if it's true. And I've also heard that like if you put can't you clean a battery or something with Coke? I don't know. Lanky Tor, has it are you know, have to me where you're from, but I was like talking to a friend that used to live up there and actually moved to Austin. They lived close to LA. Uh, but she said it's gotten so bad up in California where they were for their girls and stuff. They wanted to like get them away from there. They said that the homeless people are just it's really taking over. They're taking over. You know, not having the state's not doing enough, I guess, to get them, you know, housing or whatever. And then they say minimum wage is like 20 something bucks up there. Oh yeah, we used to go to San Francisco all the time. Sausalita. Sausalita was I think we crossed the Golden Gate Bridge, and there was a little like artsy community in Sausalita, and I loved going there. Well, you know, everywhere where we live down on the coast where we live until Mark retires, uh, we had this area called Tent City around not too far from where we live, and they just took over. Our daily bread is close to our house, and they feed them, you know, feed the homeless at lunch and stuff like that. So they all kind of emerged and took over this several acres of land. They put recliners, cars. Anyway, they lived there for a couple of years in the woods, and a bunch of them. But I guess the homeowners finally went through there with and cleaned it. I don't know where they. I asked my husband. I said, "Where did all the people from Tent City go? I mean, where did they all go? Because there was lots of them." He said, "I don't know. Minimum wage is 17 something." Wow. Yeah, up for Grant West Resistance. I don't know. I think it's like 12 bucks here. It's like low. Of course, we're you know minimum. It's like if you start a job and you're young and you inexperienced or whatever, and you start at like Jordan's working at Walmart. Minimum wage is the cheapest that they can pay you. They can't pay you any lower than minimum. You have to at least make that and then go up from there, hopefully. But it's different in every. Leave it to Bieber. Okay, you guys. Before my phone dies, we got to talk about this. So this morning I watched. It was on. I can't remember what it was on, but anyway, it was the lead detective in the OJ thing, and he was talking about how you guys it blew my mind. If I knew this, I had forgotten it. But they were talking about how much evidence they had that they were not able to, you know, use it during the trial because of Marsha, uh, and that the prosecutors or whatever that they were able to pick and choose, I guess, about what they used. And the lead prosecutor was saying that there was so much blood at OJ's home, walking into his home, in his house, upstairs in the bathroom, and it was also Nicole's blood. Hey, Earth, is that you, Earthy? But anyway, they said that it blows my mind that they are able to, if you've got overwhelming evidence that is, proof that somebody did something, nobody should be able to pick and choose and say, you can't use, we're not going to use that. But anyway, getting off it. So we were discussing, my sister and I were discussing freaking Forgotten Whispers. I'm gonna send you that link. I'm gonna find that link and send it to you. It was very interesting. But they were talking about how Chris Kardashian, Chloe probably more than likely is OJ's because they they think that she fell around and in all realness, Chloe. Hey, Rowena, Chloe is like most definitely kind of favors OJ a little bit if you ask me. But anyway, then I saw, and I don't know if this is true, but they said that Chris, the momager, was involved with Diddy and that she may be facing some jail time. Not involved with him sexually, I guess, but business wise. That's crazy. I mean, crazy to think about all these people that are so crooked and like it blows it's so hard for me to wrap my mind around how anybody could be okay with young kids being trafficked or like made to use drugs or Emma, pour some another Coke on my ice, girl. It's just blows. Okay, it blows my mind, and it just like, uh, and they have this Goon Squad in Rankin County, which is uh, the capital's in Jackson, so it's like an hour and a half from where my mom lives, and they six young men, cops. They were like the SWAT team, except they named themselves the Goon Squad. They just charged them. I think last week or the week before that, they went into black men's home and they accused them of selling drugs and going with white women. And they waterboarded them. They put weapons in one of their I mean, they tortured these guys, shot one of them in the ear. They both survived, but they tortured these guys for hours and they didn't sell drugs. And so what if they were sleeping with white? So what? What gives them the right? These six cops, so it's six of them. They're young, fairly young cops. And they got sentenced, but and I don't know. They got they got two or three charges apiece, and one was 15. The most was 15 years. But these two gentlemen will never be the same after being tortured and done like they were done. And it's awful the things that they called them, racial slurs and uh, just did awful things to him. I told my niece a while ago, I said, it's bad enough to say that one person would do somebody like that, but to have five other people encouraging you and supporting you and torturing and being cruel and inhumane to somebody else blows my mind, man. I don't know how people were raised. I don't know, but I don't have it in me. And I dang sure wouldn't stand by and watch somebody else get done like that. No way. Okay, sugar. Okay. I'm going to be out of here soon, too, because my battery's getting smaller and smaller. uh, but it blows my mind. So, anyway, they were six, young, and two of them hung their head whenever they come into the courtroom. But, not one of them apologized to these men. They didn't, they chose not to make a statement. And then, to make it even worse, the jail that they worked out of, uh, there's been a lot of missing people. And they discovered, I think it was sometimes at the end of last year, they discovered over 100 graves behind the jail where they had been like burying people back there and not, they weren't proper burial places. Let me just say that. Blows my mind that it makes me so embarrassed too to come from a state or a place that people are so ignorant that they act like that. Just like makes me sick. Petunia, pickle butt, pickle butt. Oh, I bet you did. I bet you did. I mean, I watched Gwyneth Paltrow. Will you please bring me some Coke, please? I saw where Gwyneth Paltrow was talking about
Sorry.
how Weinstein had, come on to her and she was with Brad Pitt. Emma, girl, go get some ice. I'm going to beat your butt, girl.
Ice.
I need some more ice in there. You put a hot Coke on there and it melts the ice. But where's the ice at? It's in the bathtub, homie.
Oh, okay.
Um, But how, Brad Pitt went to Harvey Weinstein and said, if you ever do that again, you know what I mean? But there's no telling. And look, that he was in the Goonies. I can't think of his name right now. Corey Feldman. I mean, he was like gonna out. I mean, there's no telling how many people are, and some of the people that they say are involved blows my mind. Like Ellen DeGeneres. I'm just saying, and they're saying that Oprah, that school in Africa is just uh, basically a place that they shuffle them in and out. Mitten Mama, hey love, Rowena, how are you? Oh yes, that's exactly what I need to mix up. Some pink panty pull downs. Yes. Well, we're gonna grill tomorrow at my brother's. I'm gonna make squash casserole, and I don't know. My sister and I found this on TikTok. It's called brown butter rice. OMG! It's very simple. You take well, I'm gonna double the recipe. You take a couple. The recipe calls for a cup of rice. Shh, Emma, be quiet. Uncle Mark's asleep. Yes, there's ice in there.
No, there's no ice in the bathtub.
I know it's not in the bathtub, but you take a cup of rice and a can of French, I mean, beef broth, a cup of beef broth, and you pour it over the rice, put it in a casserole dish, and then you open a can of French onion soup, at Campbell's, and you pour that on top, and you don't stir it. Put the tinfoil on it, put it in the oven on 400 degrees, and bake it for 30 minutes with the foil on. Then take the foil off and bake it another 30 minutes. OMG, you guys, it was so freaking. And then you put. Okay, the recipe also calls for cutting up a stick of butter and putting on top of it before you put the foil. We did that the first time we made it, but I found it to be a little too buttery, greasy, so we did a half a stick, and it was plenty. Oh my gosh, girl, it's so good. So anyway, I'm gonna do some recipes tomorrow. It's so good to see you guys. I haven't been live in so long. Oh, teriyaki chicken. I love teriyaki chicken, Lanky Tor. Well, Petunia Pickle Butt, listen to this. My sister in law turned me on to this. We like, cook down our squash and onions or whatever, but we make Jiffy Mix cornbread. You go ahead and bake it, and then you get the squash in the bowl and you put cream of chicken, and I put sour cream in mine, and then you crumble up that cornbread.
Here's your
And,
ice at your
okay,
bathtub.
you crumble up the cornbread in the squash casserole, in with the squash and the cooked down stewed squash and onions, and I put some green chilies in mine also. And then you use some chicken broth and bake it, and then put cheese on top of it. OMG, everybody goes crazy over this. Right, I know. I've got to go to the doctor and take a drug test for my Adderall, and so I got to be good. I can't be. And it's so funny whenever they say you can't, want it more. Hey Julie, Army Mom. I do. I need to do that. I used to do a little cooking on here, but I do need to do it. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll go live whenever we're cooking. Yeah, my sister-in-law turned me on to it, and she said the first time I made it, I didn't have any cream of chicken, and I didn't want to go to town and get some, so I made my own. I said, you made cream of chicken? I don't know how she did it, but I'm sure you can make any. You got to be able to make it somehow, right? I'll have to see how she did that. She said so it was so good with like homemade cream of chicken. It's summertime here, getting summertime.
Not yet.
I got my mom out. They have at the grocery store in a little town close to her house, they have, I don't know what kind of bacon you guys have around you, but they have this Wright, and it's thick cut, and it's normally like $21. It's a 40-ounce pack, okay? And my mom don't buy that little thin bacon that I love that kind of bacon, but she buys the thick cut. Anyway, they had it on sale today for $8.99 for a big old pack, and then they had a 20-pound box of chicken tenders, not breaded, just plain chicken, for I think $19. Anyway, I went to town first, and whenever I got back, she said, I want some of that bacon. And I said, well, I asked you before I left. So my brother, he come in from work, and he's like, I want to go get some. So we rode with him, and we took her in, and I said, I should have grabbed the wheelchair, Mom. She said, I think I can make it. So we're going through, and I went over and picked out a couple of good packs, and I said, Mama, how many packs do you want? And she says, I want to go look. And I said, okay. So like two more steps, and we were there. And she says, I think I want to get 6 packs. And I said, okay. I said, you want me to get it? Anyway, I said, you're biting my head off. But anyway, she did really well. She needed to use her inhaler when we got to the vehicle. But yeah, Wispy, come to the South and do a little visit. Yeah, she's doing. I'm gonna tell you guys. She hasn't been on her oxygen machine the last 2 times I've been here. She uses her albuterol, her what do you call that? Breathing treatments. She uses that a lot, several times a day, and then she uses her puffers, her inhalers. But the reason she doesn't do it is because she can't smoke her damn cigarettes and use the oxygen. That's exactly why. And I told her, I said, so she'll go into her, have a breathing attack and not be able to catch her breath, and it wigs her out. My sister has to give her like a piece of an anxiety pill because it worked. I mean, I know it's scary when you can't breathe, and she gets herself worked up. And I told her the other night, I said, Mom, for the life of me, I do not understand why you would rather sit there and gasp for air instead of putting your damn oxygen on. And I said, I know it's because you don't want